Hello everyone. Today we will learn to interface the LCD with the microcontroller, and we also use the phone keypad to interface with the microcontroller to get the output. So let's start. Our aim is to display on the LCD when we press from this keypad. If we press 5, it will be displayed on this screen. Likewise 3, 2, 1, star, 0, hash, hash. In this way this will come. So let's start with our project. So firstly we will go to the Proteus and take a new project, save it, and okay, we will go for the new project here. So in this new project we will name it by any, like if we are using LCD we can name it as LCD1 project and go to next, 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 finish. So this screen will be displayed here. So we will pick the device by pressing this P and write here controller AT89C51. so this list will appear here. We will take this controller and click here OK. Again we will go to pick devices and write here keypad, and we will choose the keypad phone. We will say OK. Again we go to the pick device. From here we will take the LCD and check the number here. We required a 16-digit LCD, so we will check here that where it is, or we can assign the number. We have requirement of this LM016L, so we can write here LM016L. so we will select this. Now we will take the controller and place it here. Keypad phone, we will place that here, LM016L to here for displaying. Now we will make a connections. We will take it to this side so that we can have the space. Now we will take the pin A and take it to the port pin P1.0 and make a connection. Now we will take the B and also take it to the P1.1. Likewise in C we will take it to the P1.2 and D to P1.3, and likewise we will take these one and take it to P1.4 and this second pin to the P1.5 and this third pin to the P1.6. so this part is okay. Now we will make the connection of this LCD. We will take port 2 of the microcontroller, 21 pin, and connect it to the D0 of the LCD, which is the 7th pin. Likewise 22nd pin, which is P2.1 to the D1. We will make these connections. Okay. Now next pin, 24th pin to the 10th pin of the LCD. Likewise we will complete it. by connecting all these port pins to the LCD pins. Okay, 27th pin, we will take it to the 13th pin of the LCD, 28th pin to the 14th pin. Now we can see from the data sheet that the 7th to 14th pins are the data bus lines, and these three pin number 4, 5 and 6 are most important. If we will give low to the 4th pin, it will give the instruction to the LCD, and if we give high, it will give the data input to the LCD. Likewise, in the 5th pin, it is a read write pin, so we don't have to read. If we want to read, it will be high, and if we want to write, it will be low. But in our case, we have to write the data on the LCD, so it will be always low. So we will take this 5th pin low, or we can ground it. So we will take the terminals. From terminal we will take the ground and place here. This terminal to this. I am again taking it. Ground terminal. We will go to the terminals and take the ground and we'll place here and connect this 5th pin to low. As I told, in data sheet we can give high if we want to read from the LCD, but our aim is to write, so we will give the low pin. So we grounded it, and 4th and 6th pin we will take the port 3, which is the 10th pin of the controller, to the 4th pin of the LCD. Okay, we will make like this, and 11th pin to the 6th pin of the LCD. So our now connections are okay. Now we will go to the coding part. So I have written code on this notepad. So we will firstly go to the Keil software. So Keil software is this, Keil Microvision 5. We will start it. We will close all the projects and open new project from this, and we will make a new folder for this project. You can write here LCD1, and you will make a new project. So here you will go for the new Microvision project. You will create a new folder, LCD1. Okay, it is already here, so we will check where it is. LCD1 it is. So we will write here LCD1 and save it. And now it is demanding for the device, means controller name, so we will write here AT89C51. So this is here, so we will take it and press OK. We will say no, and now we will take a file. We have taken file, so we will rename it with LCD1, LCD1.c. Remember to give the extension .c. So now you can see the name of this file is LCD1. So after that we will go to the project. Here in target you will find the options for target. You will set frequency as 11.0592 and click this use on chip ROM, After that, here we can find the output tab. Must tick on this create hex file because it is required when we have to give the path to the microcontroller. So this is must, so click it, and after that OK. And here on clicking right on the source group, you will find add existing files to group source. So we will press it and take this lcd1.c file to this folder, and after that close it. Now we will take the code from our notepad which I have written here. So here I press Ctrl A, Ctrl C and Ctrl V here. So now we will see the code step by step. What is the code? Here on the command section I write what is the aim of this code. Keypad, phone keypad and LCD interfacing with microcontroller. This is the channel name, programming in C embedded. After that, this is the header file, register xf51.h. We define these two, that key P is for the port 1 means we are using port 1 for the keypad, as we done in this, that port 1 is for keypad. So we take it here, and display means LCD is for port 2. So here in the command I write here port 2 is used for the LCD. After that we will set bit RS of the port 3.0. You can see that here port 3.0 is connected with the RS of the LCD, or you can clearly find it here. If we see here, this 3.0 is connected with the RS of the LCD. So we set this bit to the RS, and P3.1 is for enable. From the data sheet we can check that 6th pin is the enable signal. So here we assign unsigned int cursor position, and after that some functions here for delay, for command, for display data, for display string, and keypad as a variable character. And after that, going to the main function, here we take key value initially 0. After that we give the command. So this command, how this command comes, we can check from this, that here are a number of commands to initialize the LCD. So in this command we have given 0x38. 0x38 is for function set 8-bit 2-line 5x7 dot, means this type of LCD of 2 line, because we are using 2 lines of these LCD, so we have to give the 0x38 command to initialize the LCD. After that we have given the command 0x0c. It will display on cursor off, means there will be no any indication of the cursor, as here we can find that in our system this cursor is blinking here. If we give this command, so it will not, here you can see display on cursor off, display on cursor off for by doing this. If we want to blink the cursor, we will give the command 0x0f. If we give this command, we will try this command also after debugging it. And now our main function will come at this step while 1, and it will check the first row, means if the first row has the 16 characters filled or not. If the cursor position is less than 16, our command will be executed, and if the cursor position is greater than 16, it will go to the second row. and in this we can see if the cursor position is greater than equal to 32, then it will be cleared the LCD. And for this we have the command 0x01. We can see it from this command window, that by doing this we can clear the display. Here at the 15th point you can see by giving 0x01 display will be cleared. So after that, here are some functions, like the main function is keypad. What we are pressing on the phone keypad, it will be displayed. So after calling this function, it will come here and check the key value is equal to 0 and keep P is equal to 0xFE. I think you can easily see here that firstly it gives the 0xFE to the keypad, means for row 1. How it comes? Let's see here. So as we know that there are the port 1 is used for the phone keypad. We can see here this port 1 is used to operate this keypad. So here we can see P1.0 is connected with the A, P1.1 is connected with the B, and likewise from here 1 is connected to the 1.4. So here I did mapping here that A is connected to the P1.0, B is connected with the P1.1, C is connected with the P1.2, likewise 2 is connected with the P1.5, and 1.7 is high for all type. So from this, if we see here phone keypad, if we want to check in this phone keypad, we can find that there are 4 rows. There are 4 rows. I will zoom it. Yes. So here we can see 4 rows. So firstly we will check the row 1, 2, 3, 4, or we can say row 0, 1, 2, 3. So if we check first row, and correspondingly if we want to press 1, so this bit will be 0, because to display we should have the low input, and if we give high it will not work. So all other pins are high, we can see from this, and this pin is 0. This is 0, so therefore we are saying that row 1 is initialized. So row 1 is initialized. So in this 4 bit, which is, we can see 1110, which is E. 110 is E, which is written here, E. And likewise all are high, all these 4 are high, which is F. From this table we can find that hexadecimal number for all ones is F. So in this way we are talking about the row 1. From the code you can see that firstly this code is checking for the first row. If it is the FE value here, then we are talking about the row 1. After that, if the 1 is pressed, if this 1 is pressed, means this pin is pressed 0, which is 0 here. So this 0 and this 0, and our hexadecimal number will become E and E. You can see 1 1 1 0 is E. So both the hexadecimal numbers are E here. So this means 1 digit is pressed. This 1 digit is pressed. So if 1 digit is pressed, our hexadecimal number will be 0xEE. So in this code, if 0xEE, here EE is written in small, you can write it in capital also. There is no difference in this. So then we will say key value will be 1. So from this, if we press 1 in this figure, so it will be display 1 here, this LCD. Likewise in the code, when we go to the, and cursor position will be extended to next position. If cursor position is at 5th level, it will go to the 6th level, and if it is at the 16th level, it will go to the row number 2. It will go to the row number 2. So likewise here we can see for 2, if 2 is pressed here, in this, so our first bit means P port 1.0 is 0 already, and corresponding to this we can see this will be 0 and this will be 0. All these cases for row 1, or you can say row 0. And if it is pressed, so our second digit will appear on the LCD, and this symbol 1101 is you can see from the table that it is D. So here we have written D here, and this E will be remain same for the row 1. For the row 1 it will be E, you can see here. Likewise for the 3, if this pin is low and this pin is low, means button 3 is pressed here, so 1011 is B, which can be seen here that BE value, and in the code we can also check it that BE value is for 3. So 3 will be written on the LCD. Likewise, if from after this checking that keypad, means after checking the row 1, it will go to check the row 2, and for row 2 we can see that this B, from this means row 2 is this part, and if we check the schematic, in the schematic we can see this row 2 B is connected to the P 1.1. So in this P 1.1 is for row B. All these for the row 2. All these conditions for the row 2. It will remain same. Means if it is D is here, then we are talking about the row 2. And likewise, if first button of this pressed, means we are talking now about the fourth. 4 number is pressed, then this position is called, and for 4 we have here 1110, means ED. You can check it from this map that E and D are the hexadecimal number for this. Now we will check it in the code ED. Clear it? Now we will go to the digit number 5. Likewise, in the same case, if now P 1.5 is 0, means 5 is pressed. So 5 is pressed means it will be D and D. Our hexadecimal code will be DD. We can check it in our code also. It check that if keypad is DD, then it will write the 5 on the LCD. Likewise, we will check for the 9. For the 9, as we see, 9 is in the third row. So third row is C. C is 0 here. You can see all these are high, but this is 0, and third column is this. If we say in terms of column, so it will be the position, and for the 91011 it will be B and it will be BB. First B is for this nibble yellow, and this green nibble is second B. In this way our code can check that for the BB it will write the 9 there. Likewise for the fourth row, now D will be 0. In the fourth row you can see our D will be 0. Here you can see these D's are 0, means we are talking about the fourth row. Now fourth row, first column, which is this, it will be 0, then this star will be appeared on the LCD. So here we can see it is E7 and F7 for the row 4. F7 is for row 4 and E7 is for the star. Likewise, if we want to press the hash, it will be the third column and fourth row. So from this we can see that it is B7. Let's check in the code. It is B7. So in this way this coding is done. After that we can find the small functions here also. This function is for displaying data. As I already told, if we want to give the data, this RS pin should be high, H. So in this code, this is 1 and we are writing data. And if we set it to the low, so it will write the instruction code or command. You can see here. Here RS is 0 to write the command. Likewise, this function is for delay purpose, as delay is required for some time to display. So now we will save it and build it. After building we will find that there is 0 error. 0 error is here. So now we will go to our Proteus software and will set the frequency here 11.0592 and give the hex file path of our hex file, which is LCD1 objects LCD1. Open it and OK. So now we will press the code. Firstly we will zoom it and now run it. After running we will press key. If we press 5 it will be displayed here. If we press 2 it will be displayed here. I think some loop has done here. So again check it that what is the problem. We will take this Control A, Control C and replace this code. Where is the Keel Vision? Here. So we will replace it with our code. We will save it, build it, give the path here by double clicking. We will give the path here. And now we will click it. Firstly we will set it why it is doing this. So now we will make zoom it and run it. So now we will press 8, 5. I think some loop has done here. So we will check it. What is the problem? So mainly this is the case. We will check here that what is the problem here. I think it is calling for 6 times. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 9 time. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 9 time. So we will check what is the problem here. I think minor some bracket has deleted or likewise, so there is some problem in this code. I will check during explanation. It is okay. I will again do it. I will again do it by taking this code. Okay, Control A, Control C, Microvision, Control A, Control V. We have to stop this simulation before that, and we'll again go to this, save it, build it, and give the path here. Okay, actually clock frequency is wrongly typed here, 110.0592. 110.592. 10 is extra inserted here, so we will delete it. Now we will check. Okay, so now we will simulate it. Code was right, but the frequency is changed here. 10 is extra inserted here, that's why the problem occur. So now this is okay. We are pressing and the output is displayed here. If we press star, we press 0 hash 1 2 5 8 9. Now our code is okay. We will check up to 32 characters, that will it be cleared or not. So I am pressing here. So let's check that on completing it. Now we will check that it is cleared. It is cleared. So this is our project. So now try at your end. If some problem occurs, you can ask me in the comment section, and if you like, then subscribe this channel. Thank you very much for watching this. Thank you very much.